Hey friends, it's Yulia, and before we dive into today's topic, let's play a little game. Put a finger down edition. Put a finger down if English is not your first language. Put a finger down if you've been scared to talk to other people because your language is not good enough. Put a finger down if you've ever thought, but what if I make mistakes and people are gonna make fun of me? Put a finger down if you've been shy because of your accent. Put a finger down if you waited till the perfect level to start speaking the language. Well, how many you got? 4 out of 5? 5 out of 5? Let me know in the comments. See, you're probably not the only one who is scared of speaking another language. We've all been there. I personally have been learning English for 25 years now. And I still make mistakes, but I also speak 4 other languages. And I make mistakes too. Even in my native language, which is Russian, I make mistakes because that's how languages work. But you know what's the most important part of it all? That I speak. For a very long time, I had this mindset of, well, when I reach this level, I'm gonna talk to people, they're gonna understand me, everything's gonna be perfect. But then I reached the level and I was still scared. I was afraid of speaking to other people because I thought I had an accent, I would make mistakes. I don't know. At a certain point, I've reached an advanced level in French. But guess, have I spoken to people? No. You need to remember one thing. Native speakers, they don't give a single crap about your mistakes. Well, yes, they can correct you, but it's not gonna be, oh, you've made a mistake, I'm gonna correct him, I'm gonna correct her. No, native speakers don't care. They're not judging your English level, they're not like an exam or something. They're just happy you two can have a conversation, that's all that matters. Of course, if you've taken an IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo English test, they are judging, because those are the exams, right? They were meant to evaluate your language skills. But besides the exams, no one cares. There are 2 things that really helped me with speaking without a fear. First one is practice. Yes, that's basic, yes, everyone on YouTube says that. But it actually helps, I promise you. The more you talk to people, the more confident you get. I've talked to a friend the other day and she was like, well, you know, when I'm in class, I'm super confident, I'm talking to my teacher, everything is perfect. But once I'm outside of the class with a different person, I'm stuck. I'm scared, I can forget the words, like as if I never learned the language. And that's why I told her to try Lingota. Lingota is an online language school and you can study any day, anytime, from anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in the office, in the library, in the park, as long as there are no loud sounds nearby. You can take Lingota classes. I love to have my German classes before hitting the gym, when my family is still sleeping, and even when traveling. You can choose between English, German, Spanish, French, and business English. And by the way, Lingota is having their annual sprint challenge. So basically you can pick either 15 or 30 classes per month. And the best part is, if you take every single class, you can get either 50 or 100% cashback. You can choose between receiving money to your bank account, or you can take more classes with Lingota. If you want to learn a new language or brush up your English skills, don't forget to click the link in the description box down below and use my code for 20 euros or $25 off your sprint registration. And see you guys in class. I'll be actually doing my German sprint challenge. So if any of you learn in German, hallo. Wie geht es dir? What I personally love about group classes is that you can actually witness other people making mistakes. And this is perfect for your inner critic in here, because when I'm thinking of myself going somewhere, I don't know, to a store and talking to people, I'm not allowed to make mistakes because, excuse me, lady, who are you? Why are you making mistakes? But when I listen to other people and they make mistakes and I'm like, yeah, okay, they're still learning the language, that's totally fine. Logic? I don't think so. When you study in class, your brain has this aha moment and you like, okay, people make mistakes, we are having a conversation, everything is good, everything is fine, it's not the end of the world, we can talk and make mistakes, like, boom. Like, honestly, when I started my German course, I was like, I don't remember anything. Hallo, wie geht es dir? That's it. And now, ich werde dir über die Umweltverschmutzung in Welt erzählen. The second thing that really helped me was getting rid of the goals. And yes, I talk about goals in my videos a lot. And it's still true. If you learn in language for immigration, for exams, for admissions, goals are amazing. Also setting like tiny funny goals like I want to buy coffee in Portuguese. Awesome. But if you're just learning a language for fun, get rid of the goals. That really changed for me when I started learning Portuguese, because before that it was like, I need 8.0 in my IELTS exam, I need advanced French for my immigration, but now I'm learning Portuguese just for fun and I'm like, but that's so much easier. When we just moved to Portugal, I was like, I'm gonna take an exam in 3 months, I need this level, but then I was like, you know what, I'm done with this stuff. French was enough for me already because I was struggling. I literally finished my advanced French course and I was like, I'm not using it ever again because I'm so done with these exams and goals, whatever. As for Portuguese, I decided to just go with the flow, learn a few words here and there, and then go practice. The thing is, I talk to people in stores, Uber drivers, delivery guys. When somebody calls me to replace my groceries, I can talk to them. Yes, I make mistakes. Yes, sometimes I say go instead of goes or whatever, but people understand me. They appreciate me speaking the language. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to know the language perfectly in order to communicate with others. So, do I need to be completely fluent in Portuguese to live in Portugal? No, even those tiny small sentences help a lot when I'm trying to, I don't know, go to a store, go to a hospital or whatsoever. And you might not believe me when I tell you, last spring we went to Montreal and I think this block in my head, it just disappeared. I tried to speak French wherever I could. I was shocked, I'm still shocked because I was like, it was me talking to people in French, like what's going on? So changing mindset will help you drastically in your language learning journey. And here are a few things that you need to remember. First of all, nobody's perfect. Even native speakers, they make mistakes. The amount of times I've heard should of instead of should have in Canada, it's just ridiculous. At some point I was like, maybe I'm not very smart and it's correct to say should of, but then I googled and I was like, okay, maybe the people just hear from other people and they repeat. But that is incorrect, by the way. You don't need to wait till you're perfect in a certain language. The thing is, you will never be perfect. You will never be at the same level as a native speaker. I mean, if you go to the woods and just stay with the native English speakers and spend there like 10 years, maybe. But in general, if you're planning to live your life, study, you don't need to be perfect. Honestly, that's not the goal for majority of us here. Our goal is to have conversations and not stress about the level of language we have. It's okay to not know things. I've told you before, I've been learning English for the past 25 years and I learn new words every single day. The other day we were watching a YouTube video about steaks and meat and beef and the dude was like, oh, the steak, it smells tart. And I was like, haha, tart like a pie, like a pumpkin pie. And my husband was like, Yulia, tart means also sour. And I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, I knew that was just a joke. And I was like, okay, Google. And yeah, tart means sour. You live, you learn. Awkward situations will happen, I promise. I know they're not super pleasant, but they happen. I mean, even if you're super close to native speakers. Oh, trust me, the awkward situations will happen to you. So here's an interesting story. I've been learning British English for my entire life in kindergarten, school, university, everywhere. So I moved to Canada, right? I'm still adapting, it's my first week of classes and I'm in class with my friend. Hi, Steph. I still remember the situation to this day. So we're like writing something and I turn to her and I'm like, hey, do you have a rubber? And she's like, what? And I'm like, rubber? You know, you have a pencil, a rubber. She looks at me and she's like Yulia, it is called an eraser. Because a rubber in North America is a condom. I'm glad the rest of the class and the teacher didn't hear that, because it would be even more awkward. So yes, kids, do not ask for rubber in class, ask for an eraser. As immigrants and expats, we all have different backgrounds, and making fun of someone's accents is just stupid. If someone is mocking you for your accent, you can ask that person how many languages do they speak. Chances are they're gonna say 1 or 2, just because. That's the statistics, my friends. Don't pay attention to those people. Don't let others ruin your experience in your language learning journey. And I believe in you guys. You can do everything. If you're learning a language, let me know in the comments which one. Or if you're just planning to learn a new language and joining me for the Lingotto sprint. Let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!